Good morning, everybody. I'm going to make a quick video because I woke up late. I've got to take the kids to gymnastics. So this is my thoughts on what's going on at the moment. So and yesterday I imagine it would be pretty amusing for any of those who watched the video, because I was like, well, here we are again at another major support to go across, and there's a realistic chance of a bounce from here. Anyway, but literally by the time it was uploaded and I was taking them to school, I saw the price. I was like, oh well, that aged like milk, that one. So yeah, it was safe to say I was stopped out instantly basically yesterday. But you know, no big deal. Getting stopped out is the way of the future. It's better than getting liquidated, I suppose. Right, so what we're seeing now is we actually do have some decent bullish divergence on the 4 hourly. So even though we've come down below that major moving average, and the horizontal, so we're talking the 200 simple exponential, on the daily, the horizontal as well. The 4 hourly is telling us we do have a little bit of momentum shift. And with that could just come the bounce that we were referring to. The bounce that could take you to, well, 112, maybe 117, maybe. And that is basically the deal, really. That's all we've got going for us on this 4 hourly. That's all we've got going for us on the daily. The weekly still presents in the way that if we do come down lower, the next major support is about 101, basically. And that's the weekly 50 simple and exponential. It's also the monthly 10 exponential as well. So all is not lost until you reach those low zones. And that would be a major bounce from there. So maybe we go sort of like, we trickle down into that over the rest of this month, some point in November, perhaps turn around, or maybe a bottom has already formed. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. There's a lot of fear in the market, so everyone's very scared. Now, this is one that I'm really enjoying, right? And I'm thinking of shifting some of my dead weight into this. Now, I haven't completely decided yet. It's a bit of an irrational move when you start doing things like that. It's a bit of an emotional response. But basically, you know, I'm looking at Litecoin and I'm saying, right, okay, this, if anything, could just be one hell of a sideways range. And then once this sideways range breaks, the first move basically is straight up to around $232, sitting at 191 basically. If you keep going down lower, obviously, more bang for your buck. So the first move to the top of the range is 52%. Second is around 150%. Now I know that that's like pretty small for crypto terms, but and Litecoin is probably the least exciting on anybody's watch list. You know, it's like, oh, bloody Litecoin, what are you talking about? I want the micro caps that swallow my money forever. I don't want a boring old Litecoin. I want the high risk ones that nobody's heard of and that I basically put money into it and it's gone. Well, you can do that as well if you want. I'm looking at this as like and again, like the halving event for this coin isn't for another couple of years, but you know, it's not uncommon for moves to start to move up before the halving event. But I suppose 2 years in advance is probably a little bit too optimistic. If this one starts coming down to these range lows, basically is all I'm saying. If we start to see, the closer we get to 50, the more likely I am to pick this up. Even if it were to just be a range-bound situation. From the bottom to the top, and then a breakout from here to here, and a breakout from here to and beyond could be pretty significant. Now, we didn't make a wick high previously, we made a candle body all-time high. So, you know, it's not unrealistic either to expect something like 400. On Litecoin, yeah, I know what I'm saying. Anyway, there isn't an immediate setup on this. There's not an immediate setup on many things. We do have evidence for a shift of momentum that could take you just up into the death cross here, around 109, and then rejection. But for those who still believe in some form of bull market, and I do, to be honest with you, I don't think you should not have at least a little bit of this stuff, really. A diversifier, if anything else. Anyway, I really do have to get ready to take the kids to gymnastics. Well, I'll be a bit more detailed on my analysis on this one tomorrow night. If you want to join the Patreon, you've got links in the description below. We do live stream tomorrow night, as we always do. Same on Wednesday. It's been a rough week, I have to say. It's definitely been a rough week, but and people are giving up, and I understand that. But there's no reason to be completely out of this market, because at the moment we have come down to the 50 before, we've done the 50 before, and if we have to come down to the 50 before, we move up again, so be it. Same with the 10. We've come down to the 10 before, and we've come down to the 10 before. Are we going to come down to the 10 again? So be it. So at the moment, like, the rhythm of this consolidation so far is very much in keeping with the way that it has played in the past. So there's no reason to rule out a continuation of a bull market here. It's not bear market time yet. In fact, it's still a very bullish chart, this one, until proven otherwise. And I'm not usually one to, buying sort of more crypto or whatever. But I am looking at that Litecoin. The further we go down, the more interested I am. Especially, if we do approach 50, then yeah, I'll have a bit of that. Okay, I'll leave it there. Thanks for watching. Take it easy.